Hey Glam Fam, welcome to today's video. We're testing out the brand new Gucci concealer. We're going to see if this is really a multi-purpose creaseless concealer. We're going to see how it wears on my mature skin. I also have a new shade from the Gucci blushes, and we're just going to have some fun. If you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to become part of our Glam Fam, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright Glam Fam, let's get started. So again, this is the brand new Gucci multi-use crease-proof hydrating concealer. This retails for $47 US. You get about 0.27 ounces and 8 mils of product. So you're looking at about $5.88 per mil, which is a lot, but we have to know this is a Gucci product, a designer brand. But what I love is it does have a 24-month shelf life, and it's made in the UK. It's available in 40 shades, which is quite a bit for a designer brand makeup line to come out with 40 shades. That's pretty darn good. I did go with 17W, which is fair with warm undertones. It was really difficult online to figure out what shade I was, and they did not have this available in my stores. They did break this up in numbers that reflect the depth of the skin tone from fair to deep, and the letters represent their undertones, like cool, neutral, warm, and warm is considered like yellow gold undertones, just so you guys know that. It's a buildable full coverage concealer with a breathable natural finish. It's supposed to conceal imperfections and brighten the complexion, and it states that it's suitable for all skin types. But we're about to dive into the full ingredient list. I'm going to show you guys this is not made for everyone. The highlighted ingredients are black rose oil and hyaluronic acid, which contain soothing properties that leave the skin feeling hydrated and comfortable all day, camellia flower, which is supposed to smooth out the appearance of the skin and under eye area, and film formers, which provide a skin blurring effect, a natural looking glow, and coverage that's supposed to stay in place all day. Now let's take a look at the full ingredient list. So you do have water up there in the top of the ingredient list, but you also have talc in there, just so you guys know. And then right there after dimethicone is caprylic capric triglyceride, which we all know is aka coconut oil. Now again, this is supposed to be a multi-use concealer. You're supposed to be able to use it all over your face and suitable for all skin types. That's where it kind of bothers me sometimes with wording and brands. I don't know if it's Sephora or Gucci, but this is not made for everyone, because we all know coconut oil is not the best for acne prone skin. So if you have very sensitive acne prone skin, that's at the top of the ingredient list. I would not put this in those areas that you break out. So I don't break out under the eye, I just break out on the skin. So this is just something I can't personally use all over. And my top concealer, which is Hourglass Vanish, doesn't have it. So we are going to keep referring back to that one because it is a multi-use concealer with full coverage as well. It's going to be a very good comparison. So let's test it out. Again, this is 17W, and it is a really beautiful shade. And I'll touch on the blush in just a second. We'll just start off with this portion first. So this is, I mean, stunning packaging, absolutely stunning packaging. You get that luxury feel, you get the beautiful floral, typical signature Gucci runs with their perfumes and everything else in their line. And it's just gorgeous with the gold detail. And the doe foot applicator is a nice size. And let's be honest, we all love good packaging. All right, let's test this out. I am doing a wear test with the Shiseido. I don't typically like to do it, but because I've got to get these videos filmed and I'm behind right now, I have to do it this way. So we are going to see how this wears, and we are doing a full day wear test today. So I'm already creasing under the eye from the foundation, but that's okay. I'm going to start rubbing that off a little bit, and we're just going to do a little bit there and a little bit there just to start off small. I typically just do one side, but this doesn't feel like it's going to dry down right away, so I think we're going to be okay. We can always add more, but it's a little bit harder to take away. So one side I'm going to do a sponge, and that I'm going to leave with the sponge. This side I'm going to do with, this is the BK Beauty 109 brush. We're going to press that in and see how each side looks. Obviously you're going to get more coverage with a brush, and that looks like enough. I don't think I need more than that. With an expensive concealer, you want to see if a little bit can go a long way, because you know, we go through that, especially if you're using it on a daily basis. I don't wear makeup on a daily basis, so, but pretty. So that's the side with a brush. Now let's try it with a sponge. If you are buying this and you don't break out, I think you're really gonna enjoy how beautiful that is. Now this is not covering up my dark circle right there. I haven't been sleeping, but so that you're gonna have to use a color corrector underneath, or we'll try to build up without a color corrector, because when I test concealers, I'm gonna go over the sponge a little bit. I kind of don't like having to use the color corrector just because I want to know how this is going to wear. Now, if I absolutely need it, I'll go in with a color corrector. And my favorite color corrector is my Sephora one. You guys know that. If I can find her, she's around here. And this is like a trio that you get. And this is number 2, I want to say. Yeah, this is just my favorite color corrector. And you get a light shade, a medium shade, and then you get a violet powder, which is perfect. So maybe let's try doing that first. I'm gonna go with the peach side, and I like to take this with my finger, but you can also do this with a brush. But this is such a lightweight color corrector that it doesn't crease. It never creases. I am going to take my BK Beauty smaller brush. Where is she? Here she goes. This is the A506, and they just released, Angie collaboration, they just released a travel bag. I'll show you guys right there. And you get the new 101 brush, which I will be using. Actually, this is called the A101 now. So instead of the BK Beauty 101, it's just like a smaller travel version, which I love. This is my favorite size, so I'm excited to test this out. It's gonna be the same though. And then you get a smaller travel version of this brush. See the difference? So when you're traveling, you can have the smaller one. So excited about that. Congratulations to them. So I'm gonna take that onto this brush, and I'm just going to pat, and you're gonna get a little bit more coverage. This is like the perfect brush for this. And see how that covered up that little dark patch right there, and it didn't disrupt the concealer, which is nice. But much better, much better. And this way it allows us to not have to, I'm just gonna blend around the edges. It allows us to not have to worry about building up too much, but I do wanna try building it up just a little bit, just a teensy bit. I'm gonna go right here. I do think this is a perfect color. If you're a twinsy to me, I think I picked the perfect shade. I'm just gonna build that up just a smidge. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. Either one of these work. I like both the 109 and this A504. Is this 504? Did I say 506? Sorry. But sometimes a small one allows me to really just kind of target, which is nice. And then I'm gonna take the sponge now and just go over that just to make sure we pull away any excess product. That is a beautiful concealer. Oh, wow. You guys know, I'll let you know. I mean, do I wish it didn't have coconut oil in it? Oh my God, this would be like unbelievably beautiful. I mean, it really just blends right into the skin, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still gonna go with Hourglass's number 1, just because I can use this all over my face and I don't have to worry about it. I get that buildable, same type of coverage, creamy, beautiful, blends out, but I'm not gonna take away from the fact that that is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna set this down with my one size powder. You guys know the drill. Make It Forever Puff. I let you guys know recently they did a 30% off friends and family. I ordered some more because I just can't do any other velour puff. Now we're gonna set this down. Yeah, 17W. If this is the concealer you've been wanting and you're a twinsy to me, Regina, our beautiful glam sister, asked me to review this concealer. I can't remember, Regina, if you're acne prone or if you are bothered by coconut oil, so just keep that in mind. But I know she's a twinsy to me as far as coloring, she said, so you will really like 17W. And with a sale coming up, I just want you guys to know if this is good or not. Beautiful concealer. I mean, you guys can see that just blended in nicely. I'm gonna take the rest of the one size powder. I'm gonna film later today my recommendations video, so that will pop out soon. Once I set everything down, it is really beautiful. And this foundation is really pretty, but you will have seen this video. I think I did this one first. I'm doing the Shiseido first because one of our beautiful Glam sisters had requested that one, and Regina requested this one. So anyway, she had responded to that one community post I did. If you don't get my community post, make sure you have your notification bell on. I'm just taking the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, by the way. And everything I have on my face, if I don't mention it, will be down in the description box below. Everything. I put everything in detail of what I have on, so. Alright Glam fam, so that is how it looks with all of my makeup finished off except for the blush, which we'll jump into in just a second, but it just looks so incredibly beautiful. I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed. And I filmed this eyeshadow look too, so stay tuned for all of that. This is going to be part of my Sephora recommendations makeup portion. Alright, let's jump into the blush. So this is one of their brand new shades. They released 3 more shades, and although the pink one was really pretty, it's just not something I know I'd use more. So I did go with the shade 08 Soft Red just because I think it is a really beautiful shade, and I have a full review on this, so I will pop up the card right there. I don't want to jump too much into the details, but this is now available in 9 shades, and this does retail for $49, just so you guys know, and it's described as a luminous matte blush. Now, when I originally did this video, I don't remember it having caprylic triglyceride in it, but if we take a look at the full ingredient list, now keep in mind, ingredient lists are subject to change, and it's always in small fine print at the end that they can change it at any time. Unfortunately, now it has coconut oil in it in the ingredients section. So we have synthetic fluoride as the first ingredient, but we do see caprylic. So this is not a blush I can even use anymore, and I'm kind of bummed because I have the original color that I reviewed, but I do want to try out this color in case a lot of you are not allergic to coconut alkalines, and you can do that, but this is where I would typically break out, so I don't typically like it in my blushes. But at least you guys can see the color, because this is an unbelievably beautiful color. That is a soft red, but I would say it's more of like a coral pink undertone, so don't get alarmed by that. It's one of the prettiest shades. It's just that beautiful peachy undertone. Reminds me of the House Labs peach one that I reviewed, and I think that one had coconut oil in it too. I just wasn't impressed with that formula, but I know a lot of people liked it. I gotta clean this off. I really like this blush brush a lot. I've already tested out this color, so it's already on here. I already know what it looks like, but I want to show you guys. But this is the Danessa Myricks, and this is her new Yummy Face 1.0. This is a really good one to pick up during the sale if you're looking for a good blush brush. I really like this brush. I forgot to mention it when I did the video, the Groundworks palette. So anyway, this is a really good brush, and that is what that shade looks like. This again, 08 Soft Coral. So this one I kind of like to dust off because it is a little powdery. This color is really pigmented too, so I noticed the color I used, which was like a softer pink, wasn't as pigmented in the first one. But what I love about this formula is it's so buildable. So as you can see, even though it's intense, it's a very buildable formula. See, so you can build this color up. These blend so beautifully. If you don't have any allergies to coconut alkalines, this is one of my favorite formulas. And obviously this packaging is so cute. And we're gonna use the Gucci blush or bronzer with it. Oh, so pretty. Put this over my nose a little. I love this color tone because I have a very cool toned look with this. This is an eyeshadow, it's a very cool toned eyeshadow look, and this color still looks beautiful even with the cool tone. After I did the cool tone, I was like, shoot, I'm gonna do a different video with the more warm blush, but it actually works really well together. So this could be a very universal color because it has that warmth in there, but it also looks good with this. I think I have a little bit more on that side. Just keep that up there. And then once I do I like to do my bronzer almost last, just because I feel like it blends it all together. But I don't like doing bronzer when I'm testing out blushes because then you guys don't get the best idea of it. Let me take this brush and just kind of blend things together, just soften it out. There's nothing on this brush. I just wanted to soften that out. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Gucci bronzer, and this is the shade 02. This is my favorite shade, but I also like 03. I have videos, I will put my Gucci playlist at the end of this video, but I do have a full review on the bronzer in case you had that in mind. Again, these are the ones to purchase during the sale. So I'm just gonna take this Hakuhodo brush. I just cleaned it, and my Chikuhodo one I always use is dirty right now. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is a beautiful blush shade. I'm so bummed because I really want to be able to use it and I can't. I unfortunately know I'll break out from it. So if you don't have acne prone skin, highly recommend this new shade. If this was one on your list, 08 Soft Red, chef's kiss. All right, let's review these two products. And I'm not gonna like do a full review on this. I'm just gonna tell you I really like the color. So you guys already got my full review in the last video. The only downfall now is that it has coconut oil, so it's not gonna be one I will add into my rotation personally. As far as this brand new concealer goes, application was just so beautiful. I'm gonna try to go through this a little bit faster, but I know some of you still appreciate this. Application, I mean, it was 100%. It blended out like a dream come true. It is very blurring, I have to say that. I mean, it just really isn't emphasizing any texture, and it's just went over so smooth on my fine line, so it's incredibly smoothing. So I give it a 5 out of 5 for application. As far as the finish and wear, I would say it's not like a full matte. So if you have super dry under eyes or dry skin and you were afraid of that, it's full coverage without it being super matte. I wouldn't say it's as much coverage as the Hourglass, because Hourglass I need a very little amount and it literally just spreads and gives me full coverage without it looking cakey. So this one I still needed a color corrector underneath it, or on top of it as I did it in this video. So I would give finish and wear a 4 out of 5. As far as the ingredients go, you guys know, I mean, I'm just not a fan of coconut oil being in there, so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 for ingredients. As for shade range, I think they did a really good job with this shade range, and 40 shades for a luxury brand like Gucci is pretty darn good. So definitely a 5 out of 5. As far as packaging goes, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I mean, it's a 24-month shelf life. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. There's no hiccups in the component, and as far as applying, I just think it's going to last you a good amount of time. Even though it's an expensive concealer at $47, we expect to pay that in a luxury concealer. So we're looking at 23 out of 25. I do recommend this concealer if those are not any of your concerns that I raised, but as for me and my personal use and preferences, this is not going to be my #1 concealer. This probably won't even be in the rotation because it's such a pricey concealer. So I would only be able to use it under my eye. 23 out of 25 is really a good score, and I really highly recommend it if this is something on your list. If this is not in your budget, then there are other affordable options, like the Sephora collection is really good. If you're like, Kristi, I'm on a huge budget, but I need a concealer, I would say this is pretty similar to this, except for this doesn't have coconut oil in it. But if you like a little bit more coverage and you have a little bit more to cover up, I still say Hourglass is my #1 concealer. And it's really difficult to beat this one. It used to be the Huda Luminous, which kind of fell down the list for me. It's not as high up on the list, I should say. I really like the one size. If you like bulletproof, you need that matte coverage. There's no coconut oil, but there is avocado oil. I am not prone to breaking out with avocado oil, just coconut oil. So those are all my top concealers, if that gives you guys any idea and help for the Sephora sale. If you're like, Kristi, I love that component, I'm a huge Gucci fan and I really want that concealer, you have my go on it, especially if you're not using it all over your face and you don't have breakouts. So I hope that helps you guys out. Thank you so much for watching. Share your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think of this concealer and this new blush shade, and let me know what you're picking up in the sale and your favorite concealer, whatever you guys want. Just say hello. I love hearing from you guys. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button, click the post notification bell. Be sure to check out last week's video, and if you like videos like this, please give it a huge thumbs up. When you guys hit the like button and comment below, it really does help my videos out. You can follow me on all of my socials at KristiAllure. Check out my merch, Glamorous Life Collections, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up.